What's up, everybody? Andrew here with the Medellin Buzz, and today we are going to talk to Barton and Armando. Barton just sold his $450,000 apartment to Armando. How you guys feeling?
Wonderful. A little light in the pocketbook, but very, very well.
We're gonna go eat at Mama Panda, one of our favorite Asian restaurants in Medellin. Are you guys ready for this?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. I want you guys to tell us where you're from and how long you've been in Medellin. We'll start with Barton over here.
Hi, I'm Barton from Denver, Colorado. I've been here for about 7.5 years now. I'd always wanted to retire outside of the United States. I was in Nicaragua for a while. I came to Medellin and absolutely fell in love with it.
Originally Seattle, now living in Orlando. I've been investing here in Medellin for the past 3 years. It's been a really great experience. A little tough sometimes, but overall a very, very good experience.
Armando, tell us, how did you find Barton's property when you were looking for properties to buy here?
Sure. Well, actually, it was because of you and your channel. I was watching YouTube, and that's kind of how I actually find a lot of the properties that I'm looking or investing in or looking for.
Barton, when you first saw your property, I remember you telling me a story of buying the property. Can you tell us a little bit of that story of how that went when you first got here and you were looking to buy a property?
Before I came to Medellin, I told myself, no, don't go out and be buying real estate right away. There was one property I'd seen online. I went to see that property. There was another couple there. They said, you want to come to another showing where it's right around the corner? I said, sure. We ended up on the balcony of what was my apartment for the last 7 years. What impressed me about that property was the architecture was very modern, very clean looking. The balconies are cantilevered away from the building, which is something that's rare to find here in Medellin. And that's what really sold me on that property.
And Armando, what about you? What attracted you to that property when you first saw it?
The view. I mean, it's incredible. I've been to a bunch of properties all around town, and I think that's top one, top two that I've seen so far. And it's just kind of love at first sight.
I want to know, Barton, what was your motivation for selling the property?
I lived in that property for a couple of years, decided that the barrio life was more my style. So I had rented that property out for the last probably 4 years or so. And after a while, I just got tired of being a landlord and an owner and a rental agent. And so I wanted to retire and said, let someone else enjoy this apartment.
All right, guys, so let's talk about the nitty-gritty, the business of the sale, the process of the sale. We'll start with Armando. What was the process for you?
It's been about a 6-month process, I believe, or maybe a little bit longer. The thing that was most impressive to me was just the trust that we gained. Because in order to do something like this, there has to be trust. I mean, both parties need to be upstanding people. Otherwise, stuff like this just doesn't work, and somebody's going to get hurt. I don't know if I would recommend doing something like this, but it worked for us.
What about for you, Barton? What was that process like? Can you give us a little bit of detail?
Well, as Armando said, it was a kind of a complicated deal. There was the purchase price. I financed the property for some time. We agreed on an interest rate. I kept the rentals in the meantime. So in all of those little different pieces and parts of the puzzle, the deal was good for me. Because it's so intricate, you don't want to get your lawyers involved on every single point. You just agree over a coffee and say that's the way it's going to be. But you have to be able to trust the other party to do that. And he and I hit it off early on. We were not worried about the deal, which is probably a good sign. And so it was actually not bad. Complicated, but easy.
Armando was also kind enough to bring us some bourbon over here.
I brought him as a thank you and a good job to everybody for the 6 months of work that was done and trust.
Well, we gotta maintain this friendship because he's a good gift giver. I know that you currently bought another property out here. I know that you're working on one. Do you want to talk about that deal a little bit?
I bought a little project, rehabbing that now, and I think it's mostly for personal use. I like the layout. I'm going to make it mine and call it a day.
I do remember that is a 1-bedroom. How many square meters? About 70? 68 square meters. What was the purchase price on that?
$105,000.
$105,000, 68 square meters. how much would you have to put into it to make it look like yours?
Maybe $50,000.
40 to 50,000 on a one bedroom to make it look amazing, but you're going to be living in it. But if you did want to rent it out, it'd probably rent out for a pretty penny.
A little over 6 million pesos a month.
Okay, so over $1,000 a month.
$1,300 a month.
$1,300 a month. Okay. If someone out there is watching this video and wants to come down here and invest, maybe to live a little bit, but also put it up on Airbnb or rent it for long term, what would your advice be to someone like that?
My advice would be to find the right professionals to work with. It's an interesting market, so obviously different from the United States. It has its own pitfalls. And you need someone to navigate your stream for you. I've been in the Medellin market for 7+ years. I'm still in the Medellin real estate market, and if I were investing, I'd be coming down here and putting some money in real estate.
Could you not say that so loud, though? Just keep it down a little bit. Give us a couple more years, then we'll talk. Right. I think first and foremost, Barton, what you said was correct. You need to have someone down here that you trust. I would say come down here, spend a couple of weeks, kind of know your way around, find a great agent. I speak Spanish, Mexican descent, but Mexican Spanish and Colombian Spanish are different. You should kind of be on your toes with a lot of things, and have somebody that knows what they're doing here.
All right, you heard it there, guys. If you're looking for a property in Medellin, there's a link in the description below. Click on that, fill out the form, and somebody on my team will get back to you as soon as possible. Get on a call and start finding you some properties. What are the pros of living in Medellin and spending so much time here?
I like Medellin. It's primarily for its culture. It's completely different from the United States. Healthcare system here is wonderful. Public transportation is superb. And the weather is springtime every single day.
I'm in restaurants. So the restaurant scene, it's just incredible. The restaurant scene, the bar scene, we think that we have some great facilities in the United States, and we do have some, but the reality is that it's just incredible. The facilities that they have here, the food is excellent. I'm not too fond of Colombian food per se, but the overall food scene in Provenza and Medellin is really, really amazing, top notch.
Can you guys give me the negatives of living in Medellin?
My number one pro was the culture, and I'm going to say my number one con is probably the culture as well. There are downsides to Colombian culture. Being late, saying, what a pity, instead of, hey, I'm sorry. It takes some getting used to. The bureaucracy here, having just gone through a closing, is quite a bit more intense than it is in the United States. So there are challenges, but the scale is tipped far in the pro category.
I've got to agree with Bart as far as people being on time. It just doesn't happen. And again, being from the US, I mean, maybe if I was actually living here for a number of years, I would kind of get used to it, I guess. But it's just really, really difficult.
What do you feel about safety here?
It's safe. Again, like you've heard on the other videos, yeah, don't come down with, a bunch of chains and, walk around at 3 o'clock in the morning when, with all the prostitutes hanging around on 10th and take one home with you. I mean, don't be dumb about the situation. But no, I mean, you can come down here, you can walk around. Like I said, the restaurant and bar and nightclub scene and all of that is just amazing. Music's amazing. The people here are amazing.
It's quite safe. I've been here for 7 years. I've never felt personally unsafe.
What are your plans for the future, Barton and Armando?
I'm downsizing. I need to retire after having been retired for 7 years. I'm going to actually try and do it this time. So I'm downsizing to one apartment that I right now intend to just own, not be a rental agent or worry about my rental agency.
Yeah.
Just own a property, and then when I go back to the United States, I'll take the key and I'll lock the door, and I'll open the door when I come back.
My strategy is going to be to continue to grow, get credit through my company. It's difficult down here. I mean, I've got bank accounts for personal and for the company, but getting credit is something else. Thanks, Bart, for the credit that you gave me on the. If you need credit, come talk to Bart. He'll give you the money. But
we're gonna cut that out.
My plan is to grow and have the company basically be self-sustained and grow on its own. Buy a property, every year. Get to the point where we're buying 2 or 3 a year. Just continue to grow it.
Barton, Armando, you guys were amazing guests, great clients, and overall great people. I hope to hang out with you guys more often, especially if you're bringing bourbon from Kentucky.
And I want to say, the perfect time. So go ahead, but it's your choice. Pick one.
I've had this one picked out from the get-go. I'll take this Blanton's. Oof.
Edwin, ¿cuál te vas a llevar de las dos? Cógela. Edwin is Armando's real estate agent. If you need a great real estate agent as well, I get stuck with this one, but I know all three are good. So thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, again, link in the description below. Click on that. Fill out the form if you're looking to connect in Medellin. We just ordered a feast. We're going to eat and have a drink. See you guys in the next video. And this is the view from the kitchen. You could easily host, have friends over, have a chef cooking for you guys, hanging out, drinking coffee, having some wine, overlooking that beautiful view, which looks almost like a painting. And we're gonna head past the bar here and over to the bedrooms. I like how they separated the bedrooms from the living area, so you know the noise levels are never an issue. This is 153 square meters, which is just over 1,600 square feet, but the layout is really nice. This is the first bedroom, which is the smallest of the three. It has a double bed here, and it has a view as well into the east of the mountain here of El Poblado. Very nice. You can't get away from the greenery in Medellin. It's just everywhere. It's so lush. Okay, that's the bed, little night table, and the closet area there. We're gonna go into the in-suite bathroom. The first thing I notice in this bathroom is the size of the shower. I'm 6'3", so I always want to make sure that I can fit in these showers, and I can easily fit now. There's the sink and the toilet. Very nicely done. We're going to go into the next bedroom, which is slightly bigger. And here it is. Different color wall, which is nice, makes it look unique. It's a double bed as well, but I think you could easily fit a queen size bed in here. You could probably make the other one into an office if you don't need that bed, but this is the same view as the other one, basically into the northeast of El Poblado there. That's the double bed with a little night table and the closet area. We're gonna walk to the in-suite bathroom. This one's a little bit bigger than the other one. Again, the first thing I noticed, the big shower, bigger than the other one. It's got a window in there as well. Very nicely done, very tasteful, and I could definitely see myself living in this. Okay, we're gonna walk across the hall here into the master bedroom. This master bedroom has a queen size bed in it, but I could think you could probably fit a king size bed in here, maybe even a couple chairs overlooking this beautiful view that is the same view as the balcony. Those windows open up really wide, which is nice as well. You get a nice cool breeze coming in there. And yeah, this nothing beats the view, man. It's so amazing. That is not a painting on the wall, by the way. That is a TV. And all of this comes with the purchase price. We're gonna go into the master bath, which is the second best part of this apartment, I think. The view is number one. This is the shower here, giant shower. Also has a window in it. It has the double sink. This is all custom made. It's redesigned. Looks beautiful. Usually there's one sink in these. This is the double sink there. It's got the accent lighting, and this is the walk-in closet. I mean, it's so big, I don't think I could fill it up. It's got a lot of storage for shoes at the bottom. I don't know, can you fill this up? I'm sure some of you guys could fill this up. All right, so this is the master bedroom. Very beautifully done. I love the wall back there, the contemporary style wall. Very nice.